Good morning, Teresa. Can you hear me? I'm just setting up. Would you let me know if all is good? For you replayers, hello. I have been sewing in my signatures this morning with my sewing journal. And I was trying to get that out of the way. Hi, Melody. How are you? Awesome. I'm so glad you can hear me. Excuse me. I got to get that cough out of the way real quick. So I was just saying well, you probably were hearing me talk to the replayers. I'm Kathy Cal, Calico Kate. You can call me Kate. You can call me Kathy. Just don't call me any bad words. I'm going to do a little on my sewing journal that I just totally put in backwards. No, I didn't. Is this right? I put the whole thing in backwards. So this is going to be my back. Let me take this off. I'll put something not so hard. I know you're not a replayer. You're my friend Teresa. Okay, this is just for me. So there's some things that just don't matter to me. And a little glue on this side that I can easily cover is one of those things. I have some fun things to go in here. I've got this fun fabric. I've covered a box with it. No, I've covered a box with something different and made this the ribbon. And I've made a tag. I've got the black of just ladies. I've got these two fabrics that I thought were quite fun. That I'm going to tear fussy. What is it when it's thank you, Melody. So true, Teresa. So true. It's not fussy cutting, but I call lazy cutting. When you don't try and get right next to the lines. I can't remember what that word is. I've got my spools I can cut out and use as ephemera. I've got just some floral napkin that I've put in there. I have some lace I just got in a Happy Mail. I found these banners, and they're paper thank you, Teresa. Hi, Gail. How are you? I got these banners, but I thought they looked like fabric. So I got them at a thrift store. So I thought I might use some of these in my sewing journal. I have this thing off an old pattern. I have these stamped buttons Janet Nash sent me. These are from Simplicity, and I got them at Joann's when Selena from Amore Fabrics and I were shopping. She saw these at Joann's, and I got a set, and I've just been waiting for this journal. But it's got hangers and uh thimble and a button. And you're to sew these on, I mean, iron them on is what they are, but I'll glue just because I don't really want to take paper and iron it. Unless I do that on a tag or something. I don't know. I might put these back in so I don't lose them. I had this fabric that was on one of the papers I thought might be fun. I've got a lot of pattern pieces, vintage. This was off of my bag that I made for Becca's bag thing. She is the sweetest, Melody. We got to be good friends when she moved to my area from Indiana. And the first time we met at a food market because we thought that might be the safest place. And then we had some lunch, we thrift store shopped, and then she even moved closer. I had pneumonia and my husband had a colonoscopy. And she took him to the colonoscopy and I didn't have COVID, I had pneumonia. And when he got there, they did a COVID test. He tested positive with no symptoms. So she brought him back home, went and got groceries for me. And then the symptoms started showing up that evening on my husband, and he didn't have it terribly bad. The next day, she brought over soups. So he had COVID. I had pneumonia, which we later found out I had pneumonia. We thought it was just bronchitis, but because he had COVID, nobody would start seeing me. And so the bronchitis went into pneumonia. And I could not get over the pneumonia. Ended up on FMLA at school because I couldn't teach because I was having so much trouble breathing. And lost my voice. It was a nightmare, which led me up to retiring. And she was so sweet about helping us out. And we had other friends that did too, but she's just a sweetheart. Oh, you've been purchasing? I was purchasing until we became friends, and then she kind of spoils me. But I give her stuff too. We tend to know what the other one needs. So it's been fun. But anyway, I've got some cheesecloth, another napkin, or part of the same. And then I have these fabrics that I want to make some fabric flips. This is fabric I got from the Mennonite store when that's going out of business. In fact, the 11th is its last day. So I picked up some of this because I thought that would be fun in there. And here's more fabric. I've got this fabric I need to do more with in my journal. And then I've got this one. And then I want to take some pages that got wet. I ordered it from Pink Poodle. And the mailman or UPS man or whoever it was left the box out and it got rained on. But I want to put some of these on tags and some of those kind of stuff. I could still use some of the pages. I had eventually thought, hi, Janet, how are you? So glad you made it. I want to put these on some of the pages. I was going to do this as an altered paperback like Anne and Carol have done, but because it warped, I decided not to. And here's some more pattern pieces as well. So, Marty, how are you? Oh, Janet, how sweet of you to get her a snack. I've got my blueberry muffin tea. I've had my coffee. I reminded my husband that I had my stream. He goes, so that's why you got up early. Says something, doesn't it? So this is my sewing journal, and it's strictly for fun. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I don't know. I won't write in it. It's strictly going to be for fun. I don't know that I got it all sewn in right, but it, like I said, it is strictly for fun. I made one and used it at school with vintage stuff in it, and then retired, and I don't know what happened to it. But see, Janet, there's one of your buttons. Hi, Carol. How are you? I'm so glad to see you. And while Janet's here, I got some lovely happy mail. Need to change this. There we go. Oh, Gail, since with my fibromyalgia, I sleep. I have fibromyalgia and chronic sleep fatigue. I sleep. Now, when we were up here actually farming, I got up when Greg did. I'd have my walk in and done by 7:30 in the morning because Andy was little. And so he would get up at 5:30. And he's always been one, he gets up, he'd go downstairs to the hot tub, drink his coffee, that stuff. Well, I'd get up, drink my coffee, and go walk. Or go walk and then come back and drink my coffee while Andy was sleeping. So, isn't this pretty? Janet, you make the best envelopes. The best envelopes. And I've already peeked. This came Thursday and my back was out, and I opened it because I didn't want to wait. Thank you, Gail. I'm good. My whole life has been health problems. When I was 2, my eardrum ruptured. And so I, grew up with that kind of stuff. Mom said all the health problems came on me. But then my older sister, she was in the hospital a year with kidney infection when she's in 2nd grade. But I've just always been plagued with something. Good for you, Marty. Yes. My Janet time got interrupted by 2 darlings, but that's okay. Look at these tags. Are they not gorgeous? That fabric is unbelievable. Absolutely gorgeous. And then look at this paper. Is that wrapping paper? What kind of paper is that? Tissue paper? I'm not sure. But I love these. These are so pretty. So pretty. I'm not sure if I'm going to put those in my Happy Mail or maybe on my snippet roll. I'm starting another snippet rolls. I think I'm addicted. I actually think I'm addicted to snippet rolls. Hi, Thread and Glue. How are you? I am so glad you came in, Steffi. Those out of my way. But anyhow, this is the sewing journal. I need to work on my cover, my spine. Look at my spine. I'm so proud. I shouldn't be. Pride is not a good thing, but I do. I don't usually get them. But the inside isn't as pretty. So I think it's because some of my pages are old. And so they're pretty flimsy. But I think when I get some substance on my paper, I will solve that problem. So anyhow, I'm enjoying making it. And that's truly the only reason I'm making it is for the pure enjoyment of it. Something that I can look at. I thought about every time I sewed something, putting a snippet of that fabric. Oh my goodness, I would never, I'd never do it. I'd never do it. So anyway, that is my journal. So it's now out of the way. Last night, I've just been a busy bee sitting in a chair. Not. But last night, I had to do some crafting. And then let me sit correctly. I think that's my reason for the back problems. I have a heating pad behind me, and I lean forward, and I know I'm not to do that. My husband criticized my chair. He said it looked very uncomfortable. So, oh no. Oh, Janet, take care. Take care. Yes. Good morning, Aunt Beck. How are you? A papered rooster. That has got to be the coolest name, Wendy. The coolest name. Well, I appreciate it, Aunt Beck, that you stopped in. I'd also appreciate it if you haven't subscribed, if y'all would, and push that like button. So anyway, last night I was sitting there and I just was taking bits of fabric and making little snippets for the corner or something for Happy Mail. These are the little happy faces. Emerson had a ball making these. I saw them on Janet's. Oh, she had such a good time making these little snippets. And they sure do go through the fabric well. But it's just scraps of fabric, piece of lace. These I'm going to put buttons on. And there's one. There's a heart, and I'll probably do something with the little hearts. Put buttons or embroider on them. Slow stitch, whatever you want to call it. We're headed to my sister's tomorrow, who lives in Kansas. And she's in Salina, outside of Salina. And so these will be good little car things to do, or I may leave them here. I've already got some car crafts to do. I can't just sit in the car. And so since my heart episode, Greg doesn't have much confidence with my driving because my brain doesn't always work as well as, excuse me, it should. Well, Carol, this is the snippet roll I just started. And it's going to be a long-term one. I was going through fabric. My sister and I, she quilts and sews lovely. She is the super mom of the family. She's a stay-at-home mom. She has 14 children. Oh, Aunt Beck. Oh, what a mess. You have a wonderful day, and thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. And just sewing pages. Okay, I missed 14, Gail. So I found this linen in my cupboard. And like I said, I was going through fabric because we're going to have a fabric swap. And my sister has 14 children. She only has 3 remaining at home. They're teenagers. 2 remaining at home. 2 teenage boys. But she was always the one in high school even who crocheted. I've got Afghans she made in high school. And she did that plastic canvas, and she made, like my grandmother, a knitting bag. She did some things like that in high school. As a little girl, she was the one who put all of her dollies to bed at night and that kind of stuff. So she now is the knitter, sews beautifully for her grandchildren. She'll make them like matching or all bathrobes at Christmas or that kind of stuff. And she makes quilts. Well, I sent her a bunch of fabrics because I don't make quilts. And she'd send them back in a box as a quilt. Well, now she is run over with quilts. She's made quilts for all of her children. She's made quilts for siblings. She's made quilts for nieces and nephews. So I may learn how to quilt, whether I want to or not, a table runner. Because so far, it's just so slow to me. This, to me, is quilting. I can take as long as I want. I don't have to be at a sewing machine. And I can just play. And I like doing that. Hi, Vanessa. How are you? See, I would like to make an Afghan out, and I've made baby ones, Gail, with knitting, but they seem to take a long time too. So anyhow, this snippet roll I cut up because I wanted to put some of it on this one. I tend to do that too. So I thought, this would be something I could kind of work on and visit. You're about to get really busy. I think I'm going to try and learn to do some crocheting since Becky's got her crocheting things going. I thought it would be a good time to do that. I love my mixed media. I do, Carol. And I love looking at your snippets and your painting. Painting is something I do when nobody's watching. I just am not comfortable doing it in front of people. I'm just not. I love doing things with old quilts, and I have lots of old quilts and Chanel bedspreads. And I do love doing stuff with them. Now, I know some of you do this as you go, correct? And others of you, hi, Barbara. Oh, thank you so much for coming in all the way from the UK. It is, Carol. It is. And I don't draw. I just don't draw. Hi, Dixie. I love having new people. I'd appreciate if you'd subscribe. I'm at how many? 86. I'd love to hit 100. But that is totally your choice. No pressure, no nothing. Well, if any of you have suggestions as I do this, I am always open to suggestions. Anything to make my channel better. Carol has been a lifesaver. Her and Beth and Janet, I don't know what I would have done without, probably not had a channel without them. Painty Lady's also been very helpful. What do I want? Vanessa, you're cleaning the house. We're getting ready to leave early in the morning. And Emerson helped me dust. But I need to vacuum. But I figured I might as well craft before I vacuum. Seems like a smart thing to me. Pampered Rooster, how did you get the name? I'm curious. Yeah, I'm with you. I usually tear unless I know it's going to be covered. And then I'm not so scared. Oh, Carol, that was so sweet of you. I appreciate it. I've been on a month. So I am very pleased that I already have 86 people. My sister would say, you mean 86 people come and listen to you talk? But okay, that's two blues together. I don't want that. That's got a little purple. I don't mind browns together as much as I don't want those together. Straight line clusters for Stephanie. So Steffi, when you do that, you don't tear your fabric? I'm confused what straight line is. I mean, I know what a straight line is. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, with what all we do. My husband's kind of that way, Dixie. Do you make quilts? Oh, okay. So then, like where I do this kind of a cluster, what do you do? Okay, papered rooster. I like that story. Well, you need to live someplace with live ones till one starts chasing you, and then roosters might not be your favorite anymore. I don't know. Oh, it's too thick to tear. Well, Stephanie, would you do it sometime on your channel so I can watch it? I'd appreciate that much just for me. Or you can do it when, oh, if you guys want a hoot of a channel on Friday nights, Jen Wren and friends, she has different ones, um, who come and you will laugh. They are so fun together. So fun together. I I stay up late just to listen to them. She'll have it'll be Jen Wren and Vanessa gets on there, and Stephanie's gotten on there, and Zena the sassy crafter gets on there. If she doesn't have a gig, she doesn't have a gig, she gets on there. Um, and they are so fun to watch. Barbara, you know what I do? Every time I am on a live, I look up to see names that look like a channel, and I go in while I'm watching and subscribe to them. Whether I know what they're doing or not, I just subscribe real quick. And that's how I found those. And Vanessa was so sweet to even message me that they were on. One of these days, I'm going to walk on into you guys' room and chat with you live. I'm just going to think I'm the cat's meow when I do that, because you're well worth it. Because they are, it's like a bunch of girls sitting around the living room crafting and just talking. And there is nothing these Christian ladies won't say except ugly things to each other. Although Jen's accused as being bossy, but that's okay. That's her right. She can be a bossy girl. That shows leadership skills. I just love y'all. You have to be one of my favorites. I should tell my husband if I have another hard episode. I know this sounds awful, and in a medical coma like I was in February, to put you ladies on. And I bet you'd bring me right out because I'd be laughing in a coma. You don't have a channel, Barbara? Well, you definitely let me know when you get one, because I would love to support you. I just really like supporting the community. The live streams help save my sanity. Yes, Stephanie G, Zena, Jen, and company. Marty is usually there watching. Sometimes she and I just talk. It is good therapy, but I couldn't do anything when I first came home. And I found live streams, and they were so welcoming, so kind. But all I could do was sit in a chair. I did my jaunts, and I started with one jaunt for a week, and then I went to two jaunts, blah, 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 until I got up to five. And then I gradually worked up to 30, 40 minutes a day. But when you can't lift anything, my heart was healing and I couldn't do anything. My husband wasn't leaving me alone. If he had to leave for very long, he got a friend to come over to babysit. So I had nothing to do, and I found live stream. And I had already watched Lizzie, and Lizzie did a live stream. And I really enjoyed that. And that's when I gradually got into the live streams. And Selena has been forever trying to get me to do YouTube and an Etsy store. I get that, Barbara. I truly understand that. And that was like Greg. My brain was saying such weird things. He didn't want me talking all the time. Marty is a cheerleader. Vanessa, it's just a wonderful. I'm going to call you guys as a gig too, since Vanessa has gigs. You guys do too on Saturday nights. And sometimes when Zena's on, she breaks out into song. Oh, okay, Stephanie. Steffi, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's just a good time. And I would say these ladies are probably all under 40, maybe under 30. I don't know. So, is it Jen Wren that has a little boy? You'll be on Jen's channel. Well, and I may not get to watch this week, being at my sister's. Some of her kids are going to come see me. I have not seen her for 7 years. So, so you're all under 50. I told you I wasn't very good at this. So we will have lots to visit about, and her children, some of her children are going to be able to come visit. So, I want to get in a lot of visiting times. I'll get to see one nephew that's getting married in December. So I'll get to meet his fiance. One of my nieces just got married. So I'll get to meet her husband. I'm 62 also, Carol. Well, I'll be 62 in September. Labor Day is my birthday. Dixie 61. I figured most of the people in our community are probably close to the same age. You're 66. See, that's about my husband's age. What day, Carol? My birthday's the 5th in September. On the 16th. Well, how about that? I graduated from college in 78. See, that's what I love about the live streams is I can find out about people. When I was in college, I worked in the counseling section on the side of new students. I didn't do counseling, but I worked in there. And I was told by my boss, everybody has a story, and everybody story is very important to them. Hi, Barbara, chicken pot pie. And I've always tried to remember that. And that is something I try and do with my live streams is Melody, what day? Folding laundry. That is such a fun thing to do. It's actually not something I mind doing too much. Gail, when's your birthday? I'm trying to get everybody's birthdays in my book. So if you want a birthday card, or if you want me to think of you on your birthday and then send a card, you're a May baby, papered rooster. Pampered rooster. You guys are too much. You're too much. Where's that one that I snipped off with all of the, there it is. It is a great name, Dixie. Yeah, I try and put my towels and all the stuff I can on my live. Carol, yours is Gail's is in February. You were almost a New Year's baby. Good for you, Barbara. February 12th. I love making cards. Stephanie G, I don't think I said hi to you personally. How rude of me. I'm sorry. February 20th. Ooh, you were almost, hope it wasn't a leap year that day. Okay, Carol, question for you. How can I leave it when I upload this video so I can read the live chat? Do any of you know? Oh, I bet you do, Marty. Oh, I bet you do. I like sending out happy mail too, Barbara. Are you in Beth or Lizzie's or Tanya's, or whose address are you in? See? Oh, okay. Okay, Stephanie, thank you. I'll double check that. I'm usually, when it's over, dealing with Emerson, so it um gets probably unnoticed. But I know when I replay, I like having the chats there. Um, so that I can read them. Although I find myself looking to comment, but I do enjoy reading the chats. Janet is so good about reading the chats. Oh, October 1st is Jen Rance. October 1st. Well, mine's September 5th. Y'all get a day off for mine if you live in the States, because mine is Labor Day. I always thought that's why we got out of school when I was a little kid. I thought it was all about me. My siblings were quick. Barbara, if you're willing to just message me, um, I would then keep it, you could still keep it private then. Just send me a message to Kathy Ward Cal. That was my maiden name, and I left that there so that I could find classmates. We had a wonderful senior president, and she keeps us so abreast of what's going on. Or you can email me. My email, if one of my moderators wants to type it in, is kcowell78@gmail. So you can, ooh, I need to sew that. That would make a good fabric. I like making these fabric ruffles I showed you last week. And I think that would make a pretty fabric ruffle. I do. Oh, I don't have any moderators. Anybody would be willing to be a moderator for me? My moderators aren't here. Janet was here and her car quit running. So, okay, Marty, I will. You are now a moderator, friend. Okay, Barbara, I'll put you as one. Vanessa. Thank y'all. And I'll repeat that. I just refreshed. Okay. Can you guys see that you are? It tells me that you are, but it'll probably take a minute. Okay, Marty, it's K Cowell 78 at gmail.com. I appreciate that. And I'm also on Instagram under Calico Kate. If any of you are big Instagram people. Yes, please put up other people's channels, YouTube. I want to share them. We all need subbies. And that's how I remember where people are, is by subscribing. And then, okay, Carol, what do you think? It's only glued down right now, so I can change anything. Be honest. If any of you see anything that needs changed, I'd so appreciate it. All right, Gail, be careful out there. There's some crazies out there on the road. Okay, Ninny Marie is Stephanie G. Okay, thank you. I don't know if I have subscribed to her channel. I think I did. But I'll write it down. N-I-N-I. Is that it, Stephanie? Oh, thanks, Carol. And that's true. It does change as I stitch and add and do those things. Do you glue yours down first too, Stephanie? I mean, Carol? I don't know who all does snippet rolls, so it definitely comes from inside me. To me, this is the hardest part. That's why I don't really like doing it as I go, so that oh, Stephanie, thank you for subbing for her. Sometimes, or you just add it as you go. Well, we'll subscribe, and then Dixie, if you change your mind, we'll be ready. That's how that'll go. I think these little bunnies are cute. I don't know where I'm going to put them, though. Oh, maybe here. Ooh, I like that. I love that little pink one on the end. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. Good grief. See, y'all should have told me. You know, I don't know how to make my own washi tape. I'm guessing just fabric on double-sided tape. Am I right? Steffi, I didn't know you had a Facebook page. Yes, please. What's it called? Thread and Glue Designs? Okay. This is some ribbon I sprayed. Vanessa, I think I'm a member of your Steffi. Vanessa. Have a great day, Carol. Enjoy those clean clothes on the line, especially if they're sheets. Whoops. Here. How's that? Can you hear me now? I just unmuted. Am I still muted? Okay. Now can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay, thank you. It is so hot in here. Okay. Probably when Jackson was calling it, I got it muted somehow or another. I don't know. And we're back to running. Okay. I think I'm getting tired of doing this. It doesn't take me long on a live to get tired of doing something. But anyway, that's how I start a snippet roll. I just cut fabric and start gluing. I enjoy doing them. Sometimes I start one and it just sits for a while. Other times I get right on it. I have one I've started that will go to my sister's with me. I'm reading the chats right now. Okay. So if you want to start a snippet roll, you can do it with fabric. You can do it with paper. You can make it as long as you want, as short as you want. I usually will put the stuff you put between quilts, batting underneath it. But I have a bunch of scraps of batting that I'm going to put behind this. And I know my sister will probably have some scraps. And so I don't want to get out any new until I know how much. This is an easy way to use up those scraps. So that's what I do. That's what I do. The kids are still down at their house. I should have sound now. Oh, children, children, children. I should be good. Marty, you are on a roll. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Melody, I don't know if Melody's still here or not. She came up with this wonderful idea. Awesome. I apologize. But when Andy and Greg went to the other farm to disc up some ground they want to do some conservation in. And the kids are just next door. So it's not like nobody's around. You're going to be busy today, Barbara. And if there's an emergency, he'd run up here. IG links. Anyway, Melody, I am going to work in my calming journal. Things that are calming. And I went through some magazines and harvested some calming things. My granddaughter made this for me. Isn't that sweet of her? I told her Nana would never take it off. I shower with it and everything. I do like it. I haven't put much in it yet, but I loved this saying through my window. I thought that was perfect to start it off with. And here is to an heirloom teapot. And I loved the border. In Florida, I live on Pansy Drive. Oh, Barbara, if you're ironing, I've got a little bit here. Aren't those cute, Stephanie? I probably got them at Hobby Lobby or someplace, but I thought if I was going to buy scissors, I might as well buy cute ones. So here are my pansies for Pansy Drive in Florida. The keys to friendship. I love this quote. There are times when just a few words unlock a friendship. Old friends are best. King James used to call for his old shoes. They were easiest for his feet. Friendship does not abolish distance between human beings, but brings that distance to life. I'm not going to read all these. Mark Twain. He lives in Hannibal, about an hour and a half from me. Oh, you're just ironing papers, Barbara. Okay, now the truth comes out. I still iron. I like to iron. Each friend represent. Oh, Mark Twain. Hour and a half from here is Hannibal, Missouri, where he grew up, and Tom Sawyer was based on. The holy passion of friendship is of so sweet and steady and loyal and enduring a nature that will last through a whole lifetime, if not ask to lend money. Rest is not quitting. I loved this little girl. So some of my poems are going to go in there. Again, I loved this border. When the sun peeks over the mountain and its golden rays spread across the fields, it almost takes your breath away. And then here's some pictures. That was on the other side of something else. Isn't that gorgeous? All the leaves turning brown, different colors. That is something I miss about fall in Florida. Lighthouse. So anyway, I am just, and look at that fabric, so prettily folded. An easy chair. Horses. So that's the type of stuff I tore out. And I thought I would just put a few of these in my journal while we chatted. I don't feel like I'm getting to chat as much today. Black and white checked. Everything Stephanie in high school. Yes, Little Women is definitely one of my faves, right there with Anne of Green Gables. That is on my bucket list, to visit Anne of Green Gables in Prince Edward Island, on Prince Edward Island, I should say. I'm just doing lazy cutting. It is definitely not prissy cutting or fussy cutting or anything else along those lines. Make a pretty little border. Oh, Steffi, do, bless your heart. Go take a good nap. Get some ice or a heating pad and rest. Prince Edward Island is I bet it is. Barbara, do you live close to there? If so, I could come visit you. Well, we got a lot of subbies for you, Steffi. If others all subscribed. Because I really want to go. And if you lived close, we can, oh, you live a distance from there. Okay. just going to collage a little bit, or glue, whatever you want to call it. I've got some of these other things in here that will gradually come out. Oh, okay, Marty. You do what you got to do, my friend. Thank you for helping to get all those posted. I appreciate that. Nobody has too many friends. Nobody. This is a fabric flip. If some of you aren't familiar with the fabric flip, you can just flip it up and have something underneath it. I need to get my gluing book. I'm not sure where I put it. That's what I'm going to make for my sewing journal with some of those sewing fabrics. Yeah, they're expensive. They're expensive, those writing desks. Where's it at? My husband has a library table down south from his grandmother. And we also have a library table here. But Emerson still forgets that markers aren't for furniture. Yes, Barbara.com follows the Gmail. kcowell78@gmail.com. Yes, I don't want anybody's addresses compromised, or not in this day and age. Oh, see what happens when I'm not thinking. So, Barbara Every, have you been to Canada many times? I've been to Canada a few times. I've been where the Mississippi started. I've been to Niagara Falls, both sides of it, I believe. And that's it. My parents loved traveling. And so every summer, Dad would take 2 weeks vacation and we'd go traveling. He was a mail carrier, so driving did not obviously bother him. And I've seen a lot of the United States. I've been, like I said, I've been to Canada, and I've also been to, my grandmother enjoyed traveling after my grandfather died. My grandfather did not enjoy traveling. Well, I put that on wrong. Going to try and fix this baby. And he saw no reason not to sleep in his bed at night. Oh my eyes aren't good today. And so he wouldn't go anywhere. And if he did go, he'd be back in his bed that night. I don't know if the man ever stayed in a hotel. He might have. I don't know. And but Grandma always wanted to see things. So after he died, she and my sister-in-law went on an Alaskan cruise. That was one thing she wanted to do. None of the rest of us girls there, I have 2 other sisters, none of us could go, and my sister-in-law could, so good for them. Then your husband likes to drive too. My husband doesn't, but since I can't do much of it anymore, he gets to. And then my brother and sister-in-law and my husband and I, we went with her to Vegas. She wanted to see the Grand Canyon. So she wanted to see Vegas. So we went to Vegas. She did not put her nickel in, because when you put your nickel in, it now becomes their dollar, their nickel. She had money, but she was very good with it. Very frugal, but not tight. Just frugal. So she wanted to see the Loch Ness Monster. So she waited because I wanted to go to England. So we went to England, Ireland, Wales, and Scotland on a bus tour. We did a bus tour, so it would be easy on her. And I am not an event planner. I eloped. I am not an event planner. If we're going to go someplace, somebody else needs to plan it, because it is not my forte. So my daughter-in-law is, but I'm not. I don't like comparing prices and all that stuff. So we my daughter-in-law got the tickets. I mean, my sister-in-law got the tickets and stuff, and we went 10 days. And it was a beautiful trip. Absolutely beautiful. Barbara, that's what we did. We saw the sights. Grandma wanted to see the casinos. She wanted to see how they worked, but she was happy watching a stranger. And then we rented a car. We were only there for 4 days, I believe. We rented a car and took her to the Grand Canyon. I understand, Stephanie. I'm not going to be on here much longer. I want to check on the kids. But you have a wonderful day. A lovely day. I like these big cards. But I think I need to go. It's been lovely chatting with all of you. I'm getting concerned about the little kids. And Nana needs to do what Nana does. So I am going to give them a call and tell them they can come up. And they'll probably want some lunch or breakfast. And I probably need to go take care of them. So you all have a wonderful day. I hope that you subscribe to lots of us. I hope you liked their channels. And remember, you have a purpose. Bye-bye.